Let me see here. Check. I can check it out for me.
All right, we're gonna start the show in Queens. This is so we should be live. We should be
Okay.
live.
Okay.
Um, it's our first time doing this. This is dope though. We're gonna start this up hot. We're gonna start
Okay. Yeah. It looks good. It looks. It looks good. It
we're gonna
looks. It
start
looks,
this.
it looks good. Mm-hmm. Maybe you have it too. So
Yeah. I see you up the chat popping up. Yeah, yeah. Rest in peace to Black Death. Yeah, what's poppin'? What's poppin'?
what's going on? What's going on with everybody? Peace. What's good?
Peace, peace. What's going on, party people? What's going on? Info Minds and Zeke Black is in the fucking building. New York City
Salute, salute
at
the
its
wolves.
word. We in the building. What's poppin', oh party people? What is poppin'? This is dope though. This system is gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
You
Um,
already know. Salute the wolves. Salute the wolves. May Ling, what's going on?
I'm saying we are in the fucking building, man. We are in the building. Maylene was popping, was popping. G'd up was popping, was popping. I gotta catch up with you, G'd up. We in the building, man. Shout, salute to Info Minds. You know what I'm saying? We are
Yo,
in the fucking building, man. Um, we have a couple of good things to talk about, man. First and foremost, the goal was to talk about Titan. You know what I'm saying? Titan, right? From the West Side. Because you definitely have to turn yourself in. I think
oh
today,
yeah,
right?
T-Tone for the yellow top. Yeah, T-Tone got to turn himself in the morning. Yeah, I spoke to
Yeah.
him tonight. He in good spirits though, so
Oh,
you know.
no doubt, no doubt, man. Will do, man. I mean, I remember growing up, man. The West Side, that side was serious. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I never heard nothing bad about them. Like nobody ever said no dirt. Like
Okay.
they lived up in the times. Like whatever was going on at that time, I mean, they lived in that element. So, well, I never heard nothing bad about them dudes. Them dudes
Yeah,
was getting
T-Tone is
money.
a solid dude, man. Solid dude, man. Solid dude.
Yes, yes, yes.
We can start that free T-Tone campaign now though. Yeah, you know.
That's back to PT Tone. You know what I'm saying? He
Wow.
mad cool too, man. See, Django's more laid back, and T-Tone's more like he's the outgoing one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's why it works.
yeah. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna front. Growing up in the era that we grew up in, it was a whole lot more serious in the streets. So it was a whole lot crazy, man. Like the stories they was telling, the story that they was saying about the plug and how the plug was getting money. My
Uh,
man, he went to the Lower East Side. It was like that dope money was in the LES, man. That dope money was downtown crazy. All that got an avenue and all that Avenue C, D,
oh yeah,
A.
you know, Alphabet City. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right.
Was popping to the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Salute, salute. What's going on, everybody? What's good?
Um, definitely, man. So you know what I'm saying? And I know that you interviewed Titan. I mean, Titan. You know what I'm saying? T-Tone. You know what I'm saying? So what? So what did you get from interviewing them? Like the energy you felt, like That infominds video just was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of a lot of guys, I guess, because of the social media era, a lot of these guys that I interview, they don't actually come from the social media era. So
Yeah,
some of the guys, all of this is kind of new to them, So once they get a little bit comfortable with speaking and see the line of questioning where we going, and they realize, okay, this is not no setup interview, or you're not trying to, trap me off with no questions. The person that I interview, they get a little bit more comfortable and they kind of open up a little more. So,
mm,
yeah, but he's on his, like you said, he's a little more outgoing than Chango. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
all in all, man, good dude, man, stand up dude, man. Whenever we were supposed to link up to lay down the audio and all that, never no issue, and never had a place behind him, none of that, man. Just a
yeah.
real dude. Yeah, just a real dude.
Cause I remember, cause remember we all young, like all of us, as crazy as it sound, like we're all the same age. These guys on, like, you gotta think about it. When we was growing up, Lincoln Continentals with the big backs, those was dope cars, and Cadillacs and
Right.
Plymouths. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And
the foreign cars came into play.
yeah, boats is something about the hood. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in that era, that generation, that crack flow opened the doors for a lot of dudes because it was different. It was like it was our chance not to work for nobody. Because with that dope, I'm not gonna lie to you, you had to know somebody to deal with that hammer on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
But
definitely uptown.
the dope was really heavier on the south side, South Jamaica.
South Jamaica, yeah,
That was really like more known for dope. Even people
yeah.
from the people that was um abusing that drug would travel from Hollis or the outside of town. We would say across town,
And go, yeah, go over there, yeah,
go to the south side and go cop or whatever they would do. Yeah,
yeah. And it's crazy because my man Al, he used to go to school with us, and my man Special Ed. We called him Special Ed because he looked like Special Ed, not because he was in Special Ed. And my man Special Ed, they would always talk about all this bread over there. We was like, get out of here, man. Not on 100th Street in Broadway, not Columbus on 8th. Because when you go to that side, it's mostly it's like white people. It's like, man, they got single project buildings over there. Like there's one building, then that's like by like 97th, then you go down to like that's for that Upper West Side. Them
right,
dudes was taking a lot of money, man. It was insane. Right by Booker T, like Booker T Junior High School and all that, Booker T was. It was a
uh-huh,
different generation, bro. And I would and to go up in there, it was like, oh shit, these I'm an East Side nigga, so it was like they getting a whole lot of money on this side. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't see that because where I'm at, that's white America. The blocks it was on,
okay,
like like the blocks that we was on downtown, the blocks that they was on, it's considered Harlem yet until you get to 110th Street. So if you're not on 110th Street, then it's like you, yeah. It's considered the Upper West Side. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, 110th Street. What's that? Like, seven. What's that? The road. What's that? The ice skating ring is right there. 110th and 7th.
Yeah, that Central Park shit.
Okay,
Like the skate ring in there. That's the shit. That's the thing that Trump fixed. And it's funny because that's why Trump went so hard on the Central Park Five because when they did what they did it in the area that Trump was putting money into Central Park. That area by Hunter and all that stuff is Trump had put mad money into Central Park in that area. Like he fixed the pool, he fixed the lake. So when the CP5 happened, that's why Trump went so hard. You know what I'm saying?
okay, copy that.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. Them dudes was getting a lot of paper, man. They was, and it was funny because when you think about when you heard Gangsta Lou say what he said, and here was Duke said what he said. It was like, oh shit, like this it's real nigga time, man. Like these dudes was like it was serious. And you see how remember I said a couple of weeks ago, you could get so much money, but most dudes didn't die over the block. They died over females.
You
You know
know,
what I'm saying?
because a lot of guys, it's only but so many beautiful, pretty females. All the guys are chasing after. When you're running around those circles, it's a particular circle of females that's running around, and all these guys are chasing the same females. So a lot of those issues do when it boils down to it, does stem from
Yeah.
situations with females. Yeah, that's true.
I witnessing like even dudes on my side. Dudes is dying over females, not over the block. It was crazy. Like
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And where I was at, it was like I give a good example. Some guys they get on social networks and they make the hood sounds crazy. We know the hood is crazy. But where everybody grew up at ain't the same like they block. Like on my block, it was different. You know what I'm saying? When
Right.
guys say about integrity and principles and morals, all that craziness, I remember the OGs on my block selling coke for $100 a gram when Washington Heights a gram of coke cost $20 a gram. Like
Okay.
so, you know what I'm saying? Like they wasn't bending for us. They didn't want our money. Like you know what I'm saying? Like y'all niggas
Right.
want to sell crack, go uptown. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, coming from Queens, that's where we had to come. You were, back when we
Yes.
were involved in that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
My first time reading up on my own. I came uptown. I went uptown. That was the thing because uptown always had the cheaper prices. So everybody, if you
Yep.
wanted to
Yep.
make your money, you wanted to triple your money instead of doubling your money. You might want to take that trip to Amsterdam. It was just, it was like
Yeah, that
the
shit went
more
there,
you,
Sam. Memphis. Yeah.
the more you go, you kind of get less and less nervous about it. But
Yeah.
Copper it was hot up there, man. It was hot. You guys, man. Now looking back, those guys, them dudes are serving anybody.
Anybody. You know what I'm saying? Am I right?
Come out
And
the
then
store, when you walk down the street, yo, Poppy, yo, what you need,
Bobby,
Poppy?
Bobby.
Yo. You like this?
Yo,
A million dudes coming at you, man. They serving anybody, man. Any and everybody. So,
anybody.
they go in the restaurant, yeah, go in the restaurant, order your food, they pay for the
Yep.
food and everything. They
Yep.
pop and bop. But it was hot. It was a dice roll because just like you knew they serving everybody, the police know they serving everybody too. So a lot of dudes,
Yo.
a lot of guys got jammed up.
It was weird because you come up the TNT era. We had dudes that was getting TNT
Mhm.
sales. They was replacing other Dominicans with new Dominicans. It was crazy uptown. You walk up once you hit 135, it was on. Yo, Bobby, Bobby, come here, come here, come here, come here. And that's just how the game went, man. So it was like even for me being from East Harlem, to get the low,
The
I
uptown
had
was
to come
that's a fact.
uptown. You know what I'm saying? Because them OGs was not bending for us. Like, fuck you niggas. We got clientele. Somebody pay 100 for this, you know what I'm saying? And
Yes, sir.
and it's crazy, man, because a lot of people don't even understand that during all this era, what we talking about, we had the Decepticons, the Low Lives, we had the Central Park Five, we had the Autobots, we had what else is going on crazy? The Zodiac Killer, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there was so much other shit going on, and it was like,
The biggest events probably of my era, I probably would say Larry Davis incident,
yeah,
the
the Larry Davis was
uh,
crazy.
the Eddie Burns shooting.
The Eddie Byrne,
Um,
yeah,
I mean, just some of the big news events that happened to happen in my era. Those were in the early, my early era, like say late 80s. That's when there was those are the most like craziest shit that happened so far. It was Larry Davis took the
yeah, that
shooting
was
to the
big.
police and then followed up behind. I'm not sure which event happened first. I'm not sure if
I
it was.
think it was at Burns,
I'm not
the
sure, but
vigilante, the train guy. Yeah, I
you
think it
had,
was the
you had
vigilante.
Bernard Getz, the train shooting guy, Bernard
Yep,
Getz. You
yep.
know,
And I remember they locked up Son from Fame, I think, right? They raided his mom's house or some shit like that uptown. The kids to dance on Fame, the black kid.
Oh, okay, yeah, I heard a little bit of polo grounds, but see, I'm from Queens, so I never really.
Yeah, yeah, he got snatched. He got snatched off the block. They snatched his grandmother up. She was getting some paper, but he was like Hollywood. That is, you know what's crazy about the Eddie Burns? The Eddie Burns was talking about the cop when they killed that cop, man. Yo, when they killed that cop, New York City was different. That's the first time that they actually focused on locking drug dealers up. Like,
Well, I think after that happened, that's when they came with PNP and tactical narcotics task force, and that
yeah,
shit hit
that's
New York City with like a sledgehammer, bro.
like a
I mean,
sledgehammer, man.
because you got to remember, at one point in time, people was getting arrested with crack
And they
on
didn't know
them.
what to do with it.
Police didn't even know what it was.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But then you got to figure, we talking about 13, 12, 14, 15 year olds making
yeah,
thousands a day
thousands of dollars,
out of
man.
nowhere. You know what I mean? So, like, if you see that, like, I know everybody probably watches what's it called, Snowfall. If you can imagine Snowfall, they show a little bit of it, but just imagine Snowfall on steroids. Back in New York City,
Exactly,
it hit
exactly.
New York City like a wildfire. And it changed the whole scenery. It changed everything, it changed neighborhoods. It fucked a lot of shit up in hindsight.
It did, B. Like,
It's
yeah,
you had mothers and fathers and families. You got friends
yeah,
up the street, friends in the neighborhood that you saw the deterioration of their family, how their household deteriorated. So
yeah.
looking back at the time, you're not paying that mind, but now
Hell no.
being grown and having a mature and adult mindset, you look back and you're like, damn,
Yeah, that's a
you
fact,
know,
man.
live and you learn.
Like I remember. It's crazy because when I was young, all right, when I was born in East Harlem, Mount Sinai, but my pops, he had got a job with MTA, so he moved to Queens. So
Okay.
for my first 6 years of my life, I lived in Corona, Queens, no East Elmhurst.
Okay.
Then my pops and my mom's went through some shit, and she moved back to East Harlem. So now we're talking about 1979, 5 years old in East Harlem. In 1979 in East Harlem, on my corner, now mind you, I lived in East Elmhurst, Queens, 100th Street and Northern Boulevard, 1979, 78, and all that. That was the suburbs still. You know what I'm saying? There
Yeah,
was
you
two
live
Puerto
by the
families on the
pool.
block. Huh?
You live by the pool.
Yeah, yeah, I live right there, right off of Northern Boulevard. Yep.
Yeah. I know exactly what it's at. Yeah.
And so when I moved to Spanish Harlem, it was a culture shock.
Yeah,
Drug dealers on the corner,
Corona,
Cadillac, huh?
Corona was kind of diverse. Corona had a lot of Puerto Ricans and Cubans and stuff like that back in the
On the
day.
east side. That was the east side more.
Oh,
Like like
okay,
on, like on the west side you had some Puerto Ricans, but on the east side it was like Spanish Harlem.
okay, got
Like
you.
but then you got like Sugar Hill, that's diverse. Because of Sugar Hill, where Gay Salute from, it's a
Yeah,
lot of Spanish up there, like Dominicans, you know what I'm saying? Going towards Washington Heights, say Broadway, Amsterdam and all that. There was a large amount of Dominicans over there.
okay.
But that was I was from San Juan, where it's like baby Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but see, this is one thing I don't understand. Like a lot of cats, Latin Kings and all that kind of stuff. Not
Mhm.
to go back to that, but growing up in Harlem, you guys grow up with around amongst a lot of Puerto Rican and Spanish cats. So, I never understood the politics of once they get in the prison system. You got guys that might have been next door neighbors, but
Yeah.
because I'm black and because we Puerto Rican now, we got to choose sides. Like I never really understood the politics of
Um,
it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It didn't for Spanish Harlem. It didn't hit hard until like 98 because it was still because remember the plugs were still Puerto Ricans, so it was like whatever we did in jail, it didn't matter on the street because the power was still on the block. You know what I'm saying? You just came home to play your position. So where I was from, there wasn't no bloods controlling nothing. You had bloods, but the bloods that was out there, they was just, you know what I'm saying, the stick up kids, the fake bullies, they wasn't part of the money infrastructure, and they know who to violate and who not to violate. So like there really wasn't no super big homie where I was at. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? You had blood, so it's like, you know what I'm saying. You had homies, but there was no
What
power. You know
year, what
what I'm
year
saying?
we talking? What year is this? What year we talking?
We talking 94, 95,
Okay,
96,
okay,
97, 98,
okay. You
99.
know, the first place that I really saw Bloods in New York City
Mm-hmm.
was in the Bronx, Davidson.
Yeah, Davidson. Yeah. That's the home hood.
When I seen dudes walking around with red bandanas, taking out their pockets and all that.
Yeah. Yes.
I was on Davidson.
Yes.
And I'm like, yo, no niggas is really on that blood shit for real. And then in the tunnel,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
you would see you would see dudes running down on dudes, yo, like, you know what it be like and all that, you know what I mean? You'll see
Hell
dudes
yeah.
running down on campus flag, and you'll see niggas running down, I guess, making sure they know they shit or whatever the case may be. But those are the
Yeah.
only two places in New York that I used to see that in the tunnel, and you will see it in the Bronx.
Oh yeah.
You really see it. Other than that, too heavy. And then as it progressed, you started
Yeah.
getting everywhere.
You start seeing more of it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the first time, like on the west side, though, I'm not gonna get it twisted. On the west side, it was more influenceable, like by Forster, uptown, a little bit more uptown.
Okay,
You had a few homies, like like Wagner. You had a lot of bloods. Lincoln, a lot of bloods. But it
okay.
wasn't like the further you went downtown, it just wasn't like that. It wasn't. It wasn't because a lot of niggas see what happened is a lot of the dudes that was blood, they really wasn't nobody before they went to jail. So you
Yeah,
know what
but
I'm
a
saying?
lot of cats that I
Oh,
know, well, a lot of cats that I knew from my hood,
yeah,
they went to Rikers Island and they became blood. Like
yeah,
bloods, on the street. There wasn't no sets in my hood, none of that type of shit. We rep blocks and your little cliques in the
yeah,
neighborhoods.
exactly. Neighborhood shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like dudes from Linden, you got the Linden crew, and you got farmers. You have
Oh,
all the different sections, and you just handle guys for those sections. You might have a couple of the big dogs that's cool with some of the big dogs from another neighborhood. So yeah, I got
yeah.
little kind of alliances a little bit. You form alliances like that, but other than that, it wasn't about no colors at all.
It's funny because like I was telling somebody like a couple week ago, like yo, New York was different because now it's like gang culture. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It wasn't so much gang culture, it was money culture. You know what I'm
But
saying?
in the '90s, it turned into kind of like nationality culture because then you had, well, I'm not even gonna say '90s. I'm gonna say the '80s too. You had a
Yeah,
lot of West Indian cats coming to New York. I remember
yeah,
being in high school and a lot of from like
yeah,
junior high to the high school, a crazy influx of West Indians coming
yeah.
to.
It was
So
coming.
you had in the beginning, Americans or whatever you want to call it, Black Americans, we kind of alienated them in the beginning.
Yeah,
They formed their own cliques. The West Indians, Jamaicans, Trinis,
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
you
sure.
know, they started vibing together, and then you would see, people really repping their nationality hard at that time before the gang shit came into play. But you had the Jamaican crews, you had the Chow Posse, you had
Yeah,
the Queen,
Stranglers.
the Travel Five, you had the Stranglers. It was a lot of different West Indian places, especially in Brooklyn. But in Queens, it was heavy in Queens as well.
Like
West Indians
Stranglers.
definitely made their presence felt when they came to New York City. Heavy, they definitely made their presence felt.
Yo, it's just that's so deep because I know it's like they definitely did. You know what I'm saying? And they was getting some money, man. Like they was getting to that bread. Like there was even Jamaicans down to Jericho posse that got caught up uptown in Washington Heights. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The Stranglers, they was getting a whole bunch of money. And we talking about before crack, like when dope was it and weed, all that shit by Audubon, Edgecombe, 145 and all that. There was a
Right.
lot of dreads out there, you know what I'm saying? And Jamaicans was out there, man. And
Definitely, man. I went to Andrew Jackson High School. So Andrew Jackson,
oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. They had a crew called, I think it was called the Travel Fox Posse. Yeah,
Oh,
Travel Fox.
these wear those shoes.
Maximus and Cressidas are everywhere.
Yeah, matches. Yep.
It was going down. It was going down. And like I said in the beginning, they we alienated them a little bit. Just like
Yeah,
how in Miami, when the Haitians first migrated to Miami, you had the black Americans that were here already and they alienated them, which caused them to create Zopal and NFL, all the different cliques of
yeah,
Haitians because
yeah,
we alienated them. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
the same thing. The same thing with West Indians that came to New York. You know, they
yeah.
will make fun of how they dress, or all they do is dress crazy. You know, and blah, 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 shit like that. So we alienated them, which they made them create their own little clique, and they got strong, man. They got strong.
Now I got fun. Yo, I remember. I remember the West Indian culture. They took off. They took off in that 80s, man. Like
Yeah,
the West Indians. You saw, like you said, the Maximus, the Corsicans,
East
the
Side,
Mark,
East, Tony, you know.
um, Corsicans, you know what I'm saying? And they was all they culture. Like we might kill each other, but we're not gonna kill each other for them. You know what I'm saying? So you couldn't decipher a Haitian from a Jamaican or a Trinidadian from a Jamaican unless you was within their circles. You know what I'm saying? Like if you walk to the store, you know what I'm saying? Th- And you hear somebody speaking patois, you don't know if they're talking Nano Creole because you don't know. You didn't go up around that until going to jail or leaving the, you know what I'm saying? Meeting new people. People didn't really know. But one thing about them was they stuck together, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they stuck together. They stuck together. It took a lot for you to be accepted because you know they was on that Yankee boy shit. They call you a
Yeah.
Yankee, you know. But that's just because,
If they can't agree to nothing else, they can all agree that everybody's Yankees. That's one thing about them. That's a fact.
and that's just because we alienated them in the beginning.
And again, and yep, and they
Yeah,
got this shit together.
if we would have welcomed them with open arms, then
Yep,
that would have never happened. Then, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
like they just kind of circled the wagons and did their own thing, and they prospered, man. Look. I mean, it was parts of Queens that was like strictly it was mostly black
yeah.
Americans, and then you got
Man,
in
house,
West
man.
Indians, man, and now you got Rosedale, you got certain areas that's heavy.
Yeah. Can't be a heights.
Cambria,
Rose
Rosedale,
Island,
you know,
Springfield.
yeah, all
Yeah.
over the world, man. So
And most of them really got like good job. Doctors, some is nurses, some is RNs, their own businesses. And they actually see what they did in the crack era was they used it to their advantage to evolve. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but you got to for the most part though before they was the West Indian people that came and they worked hard. They
It
was
was
hard
hard.
workers.
Yeah.
They worked
Yeah.
hard. You know, that's one of the stereotypical jokes for the West Indian or Jamaican. How many jobs
Job. Yeah. You got
you
eight,
know?
9 jobs. You know what I'm saying?
That stereotype don't come from nowhere. They're hard working people. You know,
Yeah. Like
they
my mother's side of the family, they're from the Bahamas. And
okay.
they was giving me history about that. Like they said in the 50s in East Harlem on 116th Street in Park Ave, Madison Avenue,
Okay.
it was a large segment of West Indians in that area. Before they built child projects, it was a lot of West Indians. Like that's where they dropped the West Indians off at.
That's like the Garvey. There was a lot of people from like Marcus Garvey was Jamaican, so you know that it's not.
Oh, what? The village, right? Marcus Garvey Village, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
Marcus Garvey was from Jamaica,
They from Jamaica, yeah.
so I mean. They said
Yeah,
15 jobs.
and make it happen, man. The Jamaica's making it happen, man. And it's funny because that's my West Indian side. Like I have the American side, which is my pops from the South. My mother's side, that's from the Bahamas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
So
it's funny
let's
because
talk current event, man. What you think? What you think about all the shit that didn't transpire within that court case within the last couple of days, man?
oh man.
It's been a
Oh,
lot. It's been a lot.
know what? You know what? And I tell people this, man. There was a lot of backbiting going on, a lot of talking behind people's back. But what I learned out of that is that guy CEO Chris,
Mm-hmm.
he's the devil, my nigga, because he was basically
He,
getting
he's
trying
probably
to
doing the same thing, all over a lot of different places. He's probably done the same thing. He's probably
getting wet.
infiltrated the cliques and crews, come in with the
Yeah,
money and you're a plug or whatever you call yourself. And,
yeah.
dudes get infatuated with that shit, man, and get caught up, man.
I think it was a major slip up, man. And I don't blame as much as I want to blame the gang. I gotta blame the individuals because the individuals they allowed themselves to become weak to a dollar. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but you got to figure, you got a bunch of guys that come from the bottom,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
actually still at the bottom, and then
yeah,
you get that type of money, man. You don't know how to handle it,
yeah.
So it's just a sad situation because at the end of the day, I don't want to comment on any of it because, well, what I will say about the whole situation is that those guys had an opportunity to change, to
What's
create
about
change within
69? Oh yeah,
they had an opportunity for kids maybe not to have to work, and they squandered the opportunity, but out of ignorance, out of
yeah,
immaturity. If they would have gotten that same situation maybe a couple more years from now when they was at a different mental mind state, they would have been able to handle the fame and handle it.
and
It could have been
what's
a lot
funny?
different, but
You
they
know
had
what's
a chance to
funny?
change their lives and you
You
know,
know what's funny? You said that
games.
you said 69. And I heard a moment you said about yo, he didn't want to co-sign him because he looked like he's gay and goofy and a clown. Like he couldn't put his name on it. I
Yeah.
think that made that's what made 6ix9ine want to be gang and prove a point to this. Like for me to get the co-sign, I gotta become one of them. They should have co-signed when he was goofy and gay. How they felt because you know why?
6ix9ine just grew up like any other kid. If you grew up in those neighborhoods, you know who the movers, the 6 and 7 and 8-year-old kids, they know who the movers and the shakers are in the
Yeah,
neighborhood, and they look up to those guys. If you're not
yeah,
creating that image in your own household, those kids is gonna look up to those guys in the neighborhood that's moving and shaking shit up. And Takashi probably was a kid growing up hearing about Melly, hearing about them, seeing them move around, and
yeah,
was drawn to them anyway.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it happens. This shit happens every day.
It happens every day, man. We see it. Yo, we see it, and sometimes we see it to the point where it's like we like, damn, if Duke just would have been himself, he'd be alive right now. Duke
Hold up. Somebody said, let's go. Us, BX says he needs to do more research about sex money before he gives dudes platforms because Hollywood isn't original. He mixing lies with truths. Okay. Well, we got an email address, man. You can reach out, man. The email address is for the culture right there, for the culture at Gmail. Just shoot me an email and I'll give you an ear.
yeah, yeah, and it's like he's just a prime, but he's a 6ix9ine should be a lesson learned. Like if you find a Lady Gaga, you want her to be Lady Gaga. We don't want Lady Gaga to be Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, just be yourself, bro, and you can win. Because when I heard the tape, and Mel Matrix was like, "Yo, I should have co-signed him, but I didn't because he cared about what people thought about how that kid looked. You know what I'm saying? And how the kid came across.
It's just
It's that gang
somebody
culture shit.
older. It's just somebody older. That's just like us dudes from my age when the whole fitted jeans shit came out, skinny jeans, quote unquote, whatever you want to call it. We was like, yo, what the fuck is up with that? We
Yeah,
were.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean, so it was just accepting the new shit, accepting what's going on right now. You know what I mean? So I guess in the beginning, we had an issue with just getting on his level, just you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
So I guess Shotty was the one that welcomed. It was more welcoming to the kid. You know what I mean? As far as
Yeah.
putting him under his wing, more or less.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know how that go, man. He was able to manipulate him. Plus, it was probably some guys that he had already been looking up to. So it wasn't hard for that, man. But it's just sad. It's just a sad situation because, like I
Because
said, they had a chance to change a lot of lives.
change the lives, man. Yo.
You know,
That's like it's like people get it like I tell people, everything is timing, everything is change, right? Everything is a chance. I mean, like when Akon got Lady Gaga her record deal, he doesn't have to work again a day in his life, bro. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Because she won. She became the biggest winner. Um,
that's crazy. I was just about to ask you that, Gus. I was like, there was a lot of people on Pistol Pete case that cooperated. So I
yeah,
was going to ask you with the guy that you were speaking about. You said his name is Michael M.O.
yeah, okay. She didn't tell. That Pistol Pete case was like talking about Pete, man. Pete was a real dude, man. And for him to take as much time as he took and not give the blame on nobody else, that's real nigga. That's real nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Like for Pistol Pete to go, before I tell my friends, give me 100 years, rest of my life in the penitentiary. That's that's sucking up your that's sucking up your force. But where Pete messed up at is, I think he was putting the hits out when he was in jail, and they was catching them hits, man. That information and phone calls. You know what I'm saying those
Mm,
letters, they was catching the information, and you know what I'm saying. But
but
yeah,
yeah,
he's a powerful.
it's gonna be a dope story, man. We got a couple people on board. So, you can't please everybody. There's always going to be, you know,
Something. You know what I'm saying. We ain't never lied, man, because happens to everybody. Look, Nikki Barnes. Yo, somebody asked me a question a couple of weeks ago about Nikki Barnes and Frank Lucas. They said, what was the difference between Nikki Barnes and Frank Lucas? I said, the difference between Nikki Barnes and Frank Lucas is Nikki Barnes was the only one that had a pass from the mafia to dispute to sell heroin. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
And certain blocks. They gave him the pass.
Mhm.
And they said, but Frank Lucas, he was the connect. I said, if you paid attention to the movie, you see what the mob guy told him. You got the heroin, but you can't sell it. You know what I'm saying? You have to give it to me, and I give you this off of this. But nobody's gonna buy this heroin off you. And and they looked at me like I was crazy. I said, that's how it was. In certain areas, you was not getting that bag unless you dealt with the battalions. You know what I'm saying? The battalions, put it like this, East Harlem was the hub for heroin for many years, bro. You hear me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
See,
And
I don't think Sakashi should get off scot free either because he was participating in all that shit. He was
participating.
participating. He was the agitator. All the robs, even the shit that they got on film and shit. He
Hell yeah. See,
uh, he putting this, even if he wasn't in the mix, he would put himself in the mix.
yeah, hell
Like
yeah.
with the footage that I saw from the
Yeah,
front, like somewhere downtown or whatever it was at.
yeah.
He come from out of nowhere, putting himself in the mix, putting himself in the mix. So I don't. It's a shame that you could cooperate and just go unpunished because what I mean, especially when you're an active participant.
I think he's gonna do like five. Me personally. I think they gotta nickel him up. You know what I'm saying? If they give him time served, he got more to tell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but once you tell, that's it. He's in bed forever. That's it.
Yeah.
They're gonna come to him for if they build a case and knock on wood and they snap them other people up.
Hmm.
They need his testimony and that
His
one. They're gonna
testimony.
grab
Yep.
him and bring him for that. So he's in bed. He's in bed forever.
He's in bed with them right now.
Yeah, that's it.
He's in bed with them. And the best part about it is, if they choose to pick up the other people they had on wiretaps, they have them testifying again. You know what I'm saying? So
You
it's
know,
like,
others, they just better be lucky that just I mean, there's no way to say that. I mean, yeah, you can say that they better be lucky that that investigation crumbled when it did
the
because
Mario was popping, was popping.
the
Yeah, hell
feds
yeah.
will come and just get the feds come and get 20 motherfuckers. The feds
Yeah,
come,
yeah.
they got 21. They serving search warrants simultaneously in
Yeah,
five different locations. They wilding out.
it's a fact.
So they better be lucky that this shit happened. The bubble, the cookie crumbled when it did because it could have ended up a whole lot worse for them and a whole
Yeah,
lot worse for a whole lot more people. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's a fact. That's a fact. It is crazy
it's
because
positive situation. One of them too.
it's crazy, man. I told people, man. I said, yo, once you play with them feds, man. Like Sammy the Bull, he just didn't tell on Gotti. He told on mad dudes, man. Gotti was just one person. They had him testify against other mob figures. You know what I'm saying? So once you sign that deal with the devil, they use you to your best of your abilities. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah,
like,
they gonna get the most bang for their buck, or the most bang for their get out of jail free card. They gonna get the most bang for it. And Chicago gonna and knock on wood. If somebody else gets snatched and they got anything to do with this case, and they need his testimony, they're gonna bring him, pull him back in from wherever they put him at for that. So
and weird, you know what's weird though? Have you noticed something though? Because it seems to be that the CEO Chris guy was in the mix. Industry, strip clubs, everything.
it's everywhere.
A lot of people are not mentioning his name in nothing. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody that's really coming out going, F him. He's a bad bastard. I know him. So
Man,
some
he
he
was
told,
the last 2 days. I think the fashion was on the stand for one day, and this dude was on the stand for like 2 days, maybe 3 days. He might be on the stand again tomorrow. I don't know,
hell yeah, he ain't done. And it's like nobody's outing him. It's like that goes to show he did a lot of business with a lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying?
but you know why? Because his kid's name is. I mean, Takashi is the biggest, is a bigger name,
Yeah,
you know. So, if CEO Chris was somebody that was really
just
public
in the
figure,
mix.
he would probably get the same smoke. He just don't have the name.
Had name for it because it's like, damn, bro,
That's a
you
fact. Yeah, that's a fact. It's a second dudes up with cars, money, fake studios. That's all wired up, all type of bullshit, bro.
know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? That's how it be, man. You gotta.
I'll be, man.
It's just that, like I said, man, this is a sad situation because Takashi being successful would have changed Shotty's life, of course.
Yeah,
Mel, it would have changed a lot of people's lives. But, and then for them to fumble that bag, man, it's just sad, man. But it's because of the
yeah.
immaturity, man. You drop a steak in a room full of hyenas, man. What you think was going to happen? You
That's
know,
a
you're going to tear that piece of steak apart.
fuck, man.
Nobody's gonna get the whole shit. You know what I mean? Ain't gonna
Fact,
bring it to the
fact,
judge. They're gonna tear it apart from all angles, and that's just what happened to the kid.
fact, man.
You know?
It's a pure fact, B. That's a fact. And that's the win right there. Is that a lot of people you understand, man. That bag was serious. They just it was just they had so much going on around the bag that was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
And it's like, damn, okay, I got this shit with this CEO Chris nigga. They're going back and forth with each other because one person's used to just taking money from him, then one person just take the money and give you a piece of the money. You know what? And I tell people, man, that's the worst part about the gang culture is that You gotta have thinkers. You know what I'm saying?
I just
You
feel, I feel for the last two guys because I know that they're really fighting for their life right now because the mandatory minimums for those charges that they got.
can't 20 years, man.
Yeah, so them guys, I mean, nobody died. Ain't nobody dead nowhere.
Nobody
Nobody,
got shot.
you know what I mean? So it's like these last two guys, everybody else copped out. But now, let's imagine if everybody would have copped out, if everybody would have just jumped on whatever deal they could get, you would have never heard none of this shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know
So
what I
they
mean?
all the way. You know what I'm saying? And
They man, I salute them guys because they fighting for their life, man, and nobody lost their life. You
uh,
understand?
it was just bad business. I think this is the part that went wrong. Nuke co-signed 6ix9ine. Then when people seen 6ix9ine blowing up after the third song, then Mel Matrix want to snatch him up now because we gotta touch the bag now. But by the time you do that, it's all tipping. It's now it creates chaos because that's like me and you making a deal, and then now somebody else come and tells me, "Well, you can't fuck with him no more. You gotta fuck with us." You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
6ix9ine and Shotty got caught all up in them politics. You know what I'm saying? And had had Mel Matrix just co-signed them, then nobody else would have had a chance to touch the bag. You know what I'm saying? There would have never been a nuke or a Harv in a situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying? And because actually because they have they gave 6ix9ine a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we're gonna co-sign you, anybody front on you, we gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
But I know one thing, it was a smart move by Cass not to entertain that shit because just imagine if he would have entertained that whole beef with them and they would have really, really got it shaken.
Yeah.
And say somebody moved on somebody that was under surveillance and now y'all, it could have been ugly, man. Like,
Tell me, man. That's why I say free Nuke, free hard, man, because you gotta blame the people on top of that one. Like some people they hate to hear the truth, but you gotta blame the person that brought the chaos in. If I see, prime example, let's say you and Kev Webb doing business is working out in the music show, right?
okay,
Kev Webb's the artist. You co-sign him, you know what I'm saying? Now everything is working out, whatever you're doing is working. I'm watching you get money now, so now I try to pull rank. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Now instead of Kev Webb giving you the money, he got to give me the money. You know what I'm saying? And that's where that bridges. You know what I'm saying?
So you say federal government set Mr. Peter because they heard phone conversations instead of letters before they went out. Why didn't they stop it and said they let it happen just to take me down? Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Yes, he's making phone calls. You know what I'm saying? He right.
That's
They
crazy.
actually allowed Pistol Pete to call, make these jail calls, and write these letters, and they knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna drop the hit off, and then when somebody died, you ready to get somebody 1,000 years? Your blackout was popping, was popping.
That shit just it entrapment, man, at its highest level, man.
Yeah,
Yo, Blackout, we was trying to link up with you, man. Tap you in on the joint, man. I don't know if you want to tap in, man.
yeah. This
I ain't on a we ain't on that. My platform is bigger than this platform.
yeah.
You
Working together, man.
we
Well,
trying to do network, man. You know, all that old sneak dissing and all that old shit like that. Right here, we don't co-sign none of that, man. Let the
mm-hmm.
content speak for itself, man. Let them dudes have that, all that.
Hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Definitely just all love. You know what I'm
Got it.
saying?
What it do, man? What's going on?
Blitz guy is in the building. Blackout is in the building. Podcast is
Got
in
it
the
out, man. Yeah, look, man. Bullets got even if you and Blackout got some smoke, we gonna put some water on that right now.
yeah,
We gonna put some water on that, man.
yeah.
We work together, man. To make this shit pop, man. My opinion, I believe this is all to be a Donnie Brasco situation. 6 9 his driver is dying. Well, I mean, I think his driver went down first. His driver,
Yeah,
the one that hit first, man. His
I
driver
have
really got the ball rolling. I'm assuming.
They told him Ice. He said, "You could." He listen. They told the driver Ice deportation. He told them, "I could give you 9 tracks." You know what I'm saying? Just give me a camera and a mic. That's exactly what they did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what he got. That's what he got. And he took it, man. And the
Yeah,
crazy part is he probably gonna, once you cooperate with the feds, he probably set for life. He gonna get a nice little my blue heaven somewhere in
yeah,
Phoenix, Arizona somewhere.
mhm,
So,
yeah.
CEO Chris was the first to snitch. Okay, but I think CEO Chris is like a Jay Reed, man. He's like a modern day Jay Reed because he's all over the place, man. You see him throwing up the rakes as for the GD walk. You
Yeah,
see him
hello.
throwing
And
up throwing the KF for Latin King. You see him all over the place, bro. He
and,
was doing
and
some big crazy case in
yeah,
2013.
hell yeah. And any way he can sell that bag, he's doing that click. You know what I'm saying?
The sad part about it is the CEO Chris's men is just running all around across America, man, all over.
It's a
He ain't
bunch.
the only one. He's just the one that happened to be outed now
Yeah,
because motherfuckers outed him,
yeah.
you know?
He
But
got.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You're right. It's a fact. That is a fact. You know what I'm saying?
ice pressed the driver.
And he said he's still working. He probably is calling niggas. Yo, I got the plug for you. Dudes that not paying attention. Hold on a second.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure CEO Chris. I'm pretty sure this is not his last assignment, man. I'm pretty sure he got a whole nother assignment to go do after this blow over, man. You know,
Yeah.
the best thing you could do, man, is just fly right, man. Don't even get involved in none of that shit, man.
Hell yeah. Just
Like,
be right.
man,
Right.
pick up from some motherfuckers that know, man. Go get you a job, man. Go get you 2 jobs.
Yeah.
You
Stay
know,
out the way, man. Don't
stay
don't
away,
stay
man.
out the way. You know, like don't like you know what? Listen, he was setting Mel Matrix up just in conversations of crime. Like this like me him telling Mel Matrix like, yeah, remember when it was slow for us and Shotty's cousins would come through and all that?
Yeah, yeah. What you try to do is lead them into some shit.
Yes, you know,
Lead them into
conversation,
a
man.
conversation, you know what I
You
mean?
know,
But the thing about it is, when you look at Melly, when you look at a lot of guys, that were running around with Jim Jones and all of them, them guys been maneuvering in the industry for a long time and never had this type of shit go on. It just
mm,
seemed like when Takashi came into when they dealt with dude, he poisoned. It turned
yeah,
toxic. I can't say he poisoned him. I just say it turned into a toxic situation dealing with homie, man.
yeah.
Because like I said, it was that you drop a steak in the middle of a room full of wolves and hyenas.
Well,
That
yes.
steak
Gonna tear
ain't be whole for too long. It's gonna get ripped in every direction. And that was with him. You had this guy pulling him in this direction, this one pulling him in that
up.
direction, and this is the results, man.
Yeah, yeah,
It's the results, man. The immaturity and just if you know better, you do better. So you can't do better if you don't know better. If you all you doing is what you know. You understand what I'm saying? So it's
mm,
survival of the fittest, man. You know how it go.
hell yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. And that's why the game. But the game, it's funny because the game always had rats, but it's to the point now where the rats can move around now. Now, like this goes to show how money, like you said, money supersedes people's intelligence, man.
So Miss
He just
Treyway,
goes,
no sister, Miss Treyway, that's the first time I'm hearing that. When I
he
heard that, what the fuck somebody said that. Type that.
he's about to he's about to go back to whatever they'll send him to Long Island somewhere and do it for right in play. Car chain, money, strip club, boom. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If we go to Virginia, cars, boom, I say they get them, man, because it's because he'll say you have a short number and dudes fall by inches. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yo, I give it to you for this. You know what I'm saying? What? You know what I'm saying? And it's what they do, bro. They dust you off, and then it's like, oh shit, I didn't even know the guy was. Yo, I would tell you how. I would tell him the CEO Chris nigga's an ill nigga. When they bagged 6ix9ine and them, he called Mel Matrix. Mel Matrix is acting like word. They got bagged. Like his conversation was like word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was wild. He never realized that he was really CEO. You know what I'm saying?
But there was some dudes that still wasn't chapping CEO shit, and I think that was harming them because they don't have no evidence against them as far as them buying drugs from him or any of
Mm-hmm.
that allegedly that they were saying. They don't have that against all of them.
Yes.
You know
They
what I
just had
mean?
conversations. Yeah.
Somebody, somebody had to be like something ain't right about dude. Somebody got that feeling that something wasn't right about him because why would they fall back? If everybody fucking with homie and he got the hood popping and they movers and shakers, why wouldn't you gotta take something from why wasn't they dealing with him? One of them guys had a feeling about him,
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure, and they went with their gut and they fell back from it.
They
And
pulled back from that nigga like,
that's what
oh,
created that separation.
yeah, that's a
You know,
fact.
but that's just me. That's just an assumption. That's just me assuming. But
It's the streets, man. Yo, it's that block, man. And that's you get that feeling. You must be like, yo, hold on, man. This shit is too much going on. Like it's because a lot of times we you get that feeling you being watched. A car sitting over here, 20 people walking past. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
I mean, when you live in that type of lifestyle and you go on rocks to the penitentiary every day, it just
yeah,
part of your life. You never at ease. You always thinking somebody's watching or that's just come with it. Most of the people I never really met nobody that wasn't like that.
yeah.
You know,
I told somebody on my block one day. I'm like, yo, when you see blue and white that's sitting in the cut and they're not bothering nobody, that means that the Fed is watching somebody. A man was to me one day was like, why you say that for? I said, bro, because look, every morning we come outside, they're sitting right here in the corner doing nothing. Man, no matter what we do, they're not even paying us no mind. What happened? 2 months later, they kicked some nigga door. He said, yo, and as soon as they did that, we ain't seen no more. So I tell dudes, you see police that's sitting, blowing white shit, because what they doing is they just sitting to watch to make sure nothing happens to your ass. You know what I'm saying?
right?
But you know what I'm saying? But there's the diversion. The feds will let you get all the money you want to get until it's time for them to snatch you up.
Okay.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
y'all be sure to tune in, man, because we got the Infomod studio. We working on the studio now. We're gonna start doing some live interviews.
Yeah.
So y'all just make sure y'all subscribe to the channel.
Oh yeah, yes.
Y'all be ready. You know.
Subscribe to infominds. Definitely subscribe.
Yeah, we
He
can
has
check
a lot of
in.
dope
You know.
content. You know what I'm saying? Definitely subscribe to that. You know what I'm
Shout out
saying?
to the wolves. Shout out to the wolves in the building, man.
You know what I'm saying? We started off late. This is a test one. We're gonna make this shit happen. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is good for the people and the culture because we have a lot of history. So knowing a lot of history is education to the people. Because we're not really pushing the agenda of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
we're
definitely,
telling you the drug game is fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
definitely, man.
We-
Definitely.
We've seen some of the best.
Just know that the streets don't love you back, man. You know what I
That's a
mean?
fact. We've seen some of the biggest drug dealers die over a chick, not the block over a chick. That's funny because I'm gonna ask you, so funny. Somebody asked me, what was the biggest drug war I ever seen in my life? I said, I never seen one. It was always over some personal shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Somebody either robbed somebody or somebody had sex with somebody's wife. Other than that, it was because the block, I learned this at a young age. You can't take a block without a connect. You know what I'm saying? You got to have all the determination you want, but you need a connect. You know what I'm saying? You just can't buy random work all the time. You need somebody who can really feed you. You know what I'm saying? So I love that shit a long time ago, man. I'm like, yeah, whatever you do in life, you just gotta be consistent. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because the first time I seen one of your Infomod videos, I was like, yo, this is dope, man. Like, yo, he did a great job here. Cause it's funny because when you get to Miss T, right? I was locked up with her boyfriend Books. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? We was in the island together because we got locked up the same day in 1992. And me and Books was locked up on the island. He from Lincoln. I remember Daddy in Puerto Rican Hector.
Okay.
Daddy
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
I remember them. Ruben, little Puerto Rican Ruben.
I think
You know what I'm
something happened to them out of town. I think Daddy got killed in DC or something like that.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who, Daddy DC, Hector died in DC, and Ruben, I think he locked up. He went around here somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But they was getting money. They was getting money on their blocks. 118th, 117th, Lex. Those were the dudes that dudes seen blowing up in that crack of it. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
what about Branson type of guys? Man, you don't got you have
Oh,
access to that'll be a
after West, he
man.
was getting to that bag. Remember Branson? I never realized about Branson was West Indian. You know what I'm saying? So
Um,
I never, huh?
yeah, that's what I meant. We were speaking of West Indians that came and was getting
Spangers. Spangers was killing them uptown, bro. You hear me? The
okay.
Spangers killing them. They was killing them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Um,
Oh, yeah, they killed what Chrissy? You talking Chrissy from Loving Hip Hop, Chrissy?
yeah, yeah. Now, what's the name? Used to live in Tab PS5 building, Hector. He was getting money, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you have to go to T-Tone Instagram page, man. Show him some love, man, before he turn himself in, man. Go to T-Tone, go
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the Instagram page and show him some love, man. Shout him out.
So when I seen when I seen the video, I'm like, that's my side. That shit was crazy. Like, yo, cause Daddy, back in the days, they say that Daddy killed Joe, Big Joe, rest in peace from Jeff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Um, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rock City, yo, First Avenue, Second Avenue, Jeff Projects. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Brand,
Um,
they never popping spot. We had Brand, you had Nucleus.
yeah, Nucleus. Yep. Yes, yes. Yeah.
You had the beauty supply store on 45th.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm coming from Queens coming up
I'm
there.
crazy the
Yeah,
boy.
and they had it. They had it. Um,
Ah.
Madison, 125th and Madison.
Yeah,
They
yeah. I'm gonna say it was over there. The Jamaican Shin.
had a little
Fred had it
menu,
over there, right there by
a
Madison.
little menu
Yep. And then
shit.
across the street, yeah, there used to be a seafood spot called Seafood Haven on the corner.
Right, right. What
Them
else?
niggas was getting money in there. You know what I'm saying?
What else? We had the juice bar on 127th in Lenox. I'm
Yeah,
right across from Majestic, the fish spot.
yeah.
Uptown was popping, man.
It's popping back there.
What was that, man?
Oh, you see, she know about Seafood Haven and all that. Let me find out, man.
Harlem Week.
Harlem Week was crazy. That's when
Yeah,
she Sex Money Money
yeah,
come out.
crazy,
Harlem Week, one of them
crazy.
Bronx sound we pull up. You know what I'm saying? That's in that generation. That was like them Bronxes. But Harlem Week was crazy anyway. Like 125 was popping.
Man, Doo-Wop would be dope, man. Doo-Wop would be dope. That's a good idea, man. I'm gonna reach out to Doo-Wop, man. I'm pretty sure Doo-Wop got a lot of hip hop stories, man.
Which doo wop? Oh, DJ doo wop?
Doo-Wop, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Sounds
Yeah. I
far.
remember that. Yo,
Sounds
oh. He
good.
got three battles against doo wop was crazy. But he got a record deal. He was signed to the same label Jabu was signed to, right?
What
In
you
the
say?
beginning, Blunt Records.
Yeah, Black Records. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Records.
In those CMC days, I ran with the niggas every day.
Make the Geronimo and all of them.
Mike G, Ray Flush, Mike G, Uncle Rick from Bricktown. Um, um, Chris Black. Rest in peace, Fox. Maserati
Yeah,
Fox. Rest in peace, Fox.
yeah,
Fox used to run with us back in the days, heavy. Fox.
yeah,
Fox was from the South Side, yeah, but Fox had loyalty to niggas from outside of town. Fox and Irv and them niggas was cool.
yeah.
Fox fucked with us heavy. So rest in peace to Fox, man. It was a more cats back in those days, man. That even who else was around? This is before Nori and all of them really popped. You had Mike Geronimo, Roy Flush, Ja Rule with the CMC shit and all that. I think that shit was like 91, 92, something like that. 92. It was 92. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. I remember that whole flow. I remember 'cause I was on Rikers Island back then. They was playing these videos, the CMC click, and they
wait,
Mike. Yeah,
I'm in that I'm in that CMC video. I'm in the video that with Grand Cooper did a remix for Moke and Steps. They had a song back in the days called "He's Mine,"
oh
and they wanted. That's when they was all on TV to TVT. Blunt Records is right down there by Houston Street, right
yeah,
there,
yeah,
right there. And
yeah.
this is when what's some dudes names? The Whisper song, cats. What's the dude's name? The Whistle song. Wait till she see my Yin Yang twins.
Uh,
The Yin Yang twins
oh yeah, twins. Yeah,
were trying to TVT and Blunt Records at the time. Little
the
John and all of
same
them.
thing. Yep, that's a fact.
Yeah, so when we go to the office, we go to the office. We might be 8, 9 deep. We
Yeah,
go to the office. It's the Yin Yang twins. It's been times that we was driving and we look and we see Little John walking and go get on the train. Like this is
yeah, yep. East Side
all
boys. Yep.
fact. Man. And if you go to that Whistle song, that song "Where Did You See My,"
Yeah.
you, Ja Rule and them is in that video,
Wow.
and Chris Black and Ota from the
Yeah.
CMC. They in that
Yeah.
song video because they needed niggas to be in the video. And yeah,
Yeah.
that was not record era, man. That's when they was giving out the jerseys, real like little basketball jerseys. That was black
Yeah.
and gold and shit that Blunt Records on the front.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, man, those are the days, man. All fact, man.
Hell yeah. Those was definitely the days, man. Somebody
Those,
asked you what I know about a hen dog. Yeah, they
ludicrous.
were getting money. No fair was $1 million operation though on 12th. 12th Street, they was killing them. That was their block. There's a lot going on 12th. They had that water. At one point in time, they had that coke. They had that crack. It was killing them over there. You know what I'm saying? That's but cause that was really Fritz's side. That was Fritz block. You know what I'm saying?
I
That
had
whole
I had a girlfriend I had a girlfriend that lived on 10th Street. And you come up with a train. I think the train stop was 100 on the two train was 112 for it might
yeah,
be 10th. We come up, we had that right there at Tab.
yeah.
And that's when Nucleus was at on 12th right there.
It was tough. Yep.
I heard about the no fear niggas. They was making noise. They've been making noise since the 90s.
Cool. Which one? There's no fear. Yeah, yeah,
No fear dudes. I was hearing about them from going up there. Shorty used to be like, yeah, some cats around here. They called no fear. And as I got older, and as I started, getting into the streets heavier, I started hearing more about them.
yeah.
You know?
First Street is just killing them. Oh, yeah, I didn't know that either. I never knew Hendor was from Soundview.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know what was wrong too.
yeah. Them
But
niggas get a lot of money.
we had a lot of Bronx cats that move heavy in Harlem.
Yeah,
And
was going a lot. They got Seven Childs. I guess he's from Highbridge, right?
yeah,
Seven
Kevin
Childs.
Carter's from Harlem.
Go ahead.
Obvious
You know what I'm
quarterback
saying?
of the film, he was from Harlem.
Yeah. Nappy. I remember when Nappy Red disappeared. That was crazy. May he rest in peace. Nappy Red was gone. I remember that. I remember that one. It was like '88. He was like, "Yo, Nappy Red." He was gone. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta
Peace.
make sure I go check out that unique story. That unique from Harlem from Mecca Audio.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I'll go check that out, man. We got something on our channel on the infominds
Yeah.
channel. You gotta get in that comment section. The link is in the description. The niggas
Yo,
ain't pitching for y'all
it's
to find his
yo,
petition, man, to help that man get freedom.
it's weird. Yo, his Club 2000.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these, like even they pictures. Your chain on them pictures, them club pictures. That's Club 2000. CEO Tone in the 90s, early 90s. Club 2000. All the money niggas was going to Club 2000.
I
Even
think,
Gay Salute.
yeah, what was it?
Club,
It 2000, that came to home base?
huh?
Club 2000 later on became home base, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm just making sure I'm talking about the right spot. Yeah, yeah.
He was killing him uptown. That worked for him, man. And at that time, he had the generation of Sugar Hill Tones, the Titans, the Changles. Everybody was going there. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
never do, man. Everybody, you never hear nobody speak bad about him, man. He's been gone for a long time. He's still everything. Every time I reach out to somebody, everything they said it was always nothing but good words about him, man. How good of a dude he was, how much he helped
Yeah,
me. So,
yeah. He was a good dude, man.
you read these stories and you hear these stories about these guys, man. Some of these guys, man, you got to take the time to actually get to know them personally because the media, the media always demonize these
Yeah.
guys. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now you're right. You're absolutely right. He a good dude, man. He was a good. His spot was popping. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a good dude, man.
He helped a lot of people. He inspired a lot of people, man. I'm pretty sure he probably inspired Puff. He inspired
Yeah,
a lot of dudes, man, coming out of Harlem.
yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of stand-up dudes. That Harlem took a long time to shake back after from the whole Rich Porter and all that type of shit.
yeah, yeah,
Harlem
yeah,
was like dead for a while, man. But
yeah. It's funny you said that because um after Rich died, man, it was like the West Side had money niggas with like Ali Mo and them.
mhm.
That Ali Mo getting a lot of money on 19th Street, A5. Kevin Childs was getting a lot of money. Um, Kev Frost was getting money. The homie
Fact, boy.
before he got died, he was getting money. He was getting a lot of paper too back in the days. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Um, fucking Corey High, Sean Bay, and all them. It was a different time. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of money out there. You know what I'm saying?
So look, man, what we got? I don't know how many people is in here watching, but what y'all think on Snow, man? Because you had a lot of people that were saying Snow Billy was a rap. So I guess the cookies don't crumble now. And I don't think he was involved in that case.
It wasn't.
Yeah, what's gonna be the? I mean, what y'all think about the direction? How is it going to turn out for him? Now it's seeming like his issues now more is his beefs
yeah,
that started after the fact. The whole thing with him and Mano going back and forth and
yeah.
what that was. It seemed like that's the bigger issue.
That's a bigger issue now. I think. I mean, I think
I think
Snow ain't as crazy as people think. You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
I think Mano had to clap. He responded back just for him, just being him, the type
Yeah,
of he is. He responded back out of like his ego made him
yeah,
respond. But
yeah.
I think in the bigger picture, in the long big picture thing, I don't think he going. The smart thing would be just to ignore it and keep doing what he
Uh,
doing.
I
You know,
keep moving because he's gonna keep fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because if you don't know him, he's just gonna keep fucking with him. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, somebody got to take the high road because we got to look at this whole situation, man. Police is embedded everywhere, man. So motherfuckers get into that bag, and
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. Just keep getting to the bag and ignore the bullshit, man.
All the bullshit, man. Ignore the cloud chasing and all the other craziness.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
got you, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's destroying the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, too
Um,
much envious, too much envious shit going on, man. You know, people
yeah,
got, like I said, like how we doing right now. We just, it's like kind of like we're interviewing each other, but it's just to show motherfuckers like, look, man, all that beef in between platform shit, man.
yeah. Everybody get along.
Right. You know what I mean. You get more with honey than you do with vinegar, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There so much history, so much knowledge. Why?
But let them have at it, man.
Yeah, they be all right.
Yeah, let's just make them the odd man out, man. Everybody networking, and you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Get to a bag somehow, some way,
Yep.
and let's make the haters, man. Let them dudes be left as the odd man out, man.
Yeah.
Damn, why everybody at the cool table and I'm over here, or just not for lack of a better word, but you know what I mean, man.
Yeah. 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 Facts. It's all about peace, unity, and networking, man.
Yeah, it's a fact, man. It's a fact, man, because from all levels, you got dudes beefing at each other on this level, at all levels of this shit. You know,
Hey, you right.
man, you can't take it back, man. Because once you say it, it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh yeah.
we try to keep that good energy, man. We just try to let our projects and let our
Yeah.
interview speak for itself, and we don't get involved in all the back and forth.
Like, you can get all that back and forth, man.
You know,
That works the time and energy. You know what I'm saying?
and if they mention us, we appreciate the promo.
Yeah. Hell yeah. 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 We in the building, man. Tomorrow, if you want to do it tomorrow, we can start early tomorrow earlier. So
Yeah,
we
we
got
can
to
set
pick up.
something
You know
up,
what I'm saying?
man. Just link me, reach out, holler at me, man, and we can line it up, man.
Got you. Got
Yeah,
you. We're gonna get
yeah,
what's the name of here? Blackout.
like,
Blackout
yeah,
podcast.
man. We can start putting we can put some water on these little beefs, man. Bullets, blackout. Y'all want to pop out?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
We can iron this shit out, man. Let it be,
It be exactly.
yeah, man. She ain't about nothing, man. Yeah,
Exactly.
man. Each one, man.
Impeachment, man.
Man.
Um,
Look, man, I'm gonna sign out for me. Your love is love. Shout out to the
that was
boys,
love.
man.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Subscribe to Infominds.
Definitely like, subscribe, share the
Yep.
joint, man. Whatever
Share
you
the
gonna
joint.
do. And yo,
Love,
man,
love.
y'all be safe, man. Your love. I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. Peace, brother. Ooh, it's dope.